Hey everybody, I did this earlier but I got interrupted, but I'm going to redo them all again. These are my predictions for Fastlane. The first match, which is the pre-show match, is between, it's a cruiserweight match, and I don't remember everybody who's in it, but Brian Kendrick and Noam Dar, just to give a pick, because one, it's been kind of hard to try to keep up with Raw and SmackDown because I work Mondays and Tuesdays, and by the time I'm done, I'm too tired to watch the entire show. And the cruiserweight division is just a joke now because they've been pushing the cruiserweight division so hard. And now it just doesn't make sense anymore. So just to give a pick, I'm just saying Brian Kendrick and Noam Dar. Yeah, and the next match, I might as well just get the cruiserweights out of the way, is the Cruiserweight Championship between Jack Gallagher and Neville. And for my Royal Rumble picks, I chose Neville because ever since he went to the main roster, he has not won a single title, and he was an NXT champion. So it was about time that he actually had won a belt of his own. And this Jack Gallagher dude, his gimmick is as dumb as the vaudevillains. Keep me with that. It's as dumb as the vaudevillains because it's nothing but just a cheap comedic laugh. That's all that this gimmick is. So Neville's gonna retain. Next, Reigns versus Strowman, which I still don't get what the purpose of this damn feud is, because supposedly all because him and Goldberg both speared him when he came down to the ring during that promo back in December or early January. And that's the reason why, for the feud, why Strowman went and interfered in the Universal title match. So the point being, this is just another case of make Roman strong, and yet it doesn't matter anyway because the fans still fucking hate him, so Roman wins. Next, Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. This one's kind of iffy, tricky, because of the fact that nobody knows for sure if Sasha really is hurt, or if this is just part of the storyline or whatever. Nia Jax hasn't really done anything but just squash jobbers for the past several months. And with the possibility of there being a triple threat match for the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania, this would possibly set the whole thing up. But I'm going with I'm going with Sasha Banks for this match. Next, the Raw Women's Championship between Bayley and Charlotte. If the way the past several months have been going is any indication, she's dropping the title to Charlotte. I mean, come on. Ever since Sasha Banks had won the title back in Raw in July of last year, for months it's been she wins on Raw, lose pay-per-view, Now, Bayley is the champion, which means she's going to drop the title to Bayley at Fastlane, which means Bayley could possibly win it back in 2 weeks on Raw. Just going off of history and how they've been doing this since July, I have Charlotte. Next, the tag team titles between Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus Enzo and Big Cass. Really, this one is a no-brainer because they haven't won a goddamn pay-per-view since they went the main roster back in April last year. So, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Next, the main event, Goldberg versus Kevin Owens for the Universal title. And the rumors that have been going around is that Kevin Owens is dropping the title to Goldberg so that when Goldberg faces Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, Goldberg will drop the title to Lesnar. Lesnar will keep it towards SummerSlam, and then you won't see him for several months. Back in Survivor Series, it was just supposed to be a one-off match. Goldberg was supposed to lose to Lesnar so that Lesnar would have a win against him, but Goldberg agreed to extend his stay, so he had to beat him within 18 seconds. And more than likely, especially with the fact that Jericho is gone, Owens is gonna drop the title to Goldberg. And also the fact that Goldberg can't go more than 5 minutes in a match. It's been evidenced all the way back to WCW. Well, those are the picks for Fastlane. Let's see what happens. And hopefully my cousin Anthony will get on live with his picks maybe tomorrow. And let's see who wins. See ya.